Shallow? Shallow? Let's see. Review of, you know what, forget it. What's up, my people? It's your girl Adeola. Today I want to tell you why you need to read this book, This American Life Saved, tada, by the one and only Rudolph Okonkwo. If you know this man, you know he's a very good writer. I read this book and I was like, oh my god, finally somebody was able to put the experiences of so many Africans that are living in the US in like few pages. It's a collection of stories, great stories. This represents the stories of all African immigrants. Some of the things that happen in this book happen to Ghanaians, Senegalese people. It happens to people that are from different parts of Africa. So if you're from Africa, you need to read this book. It makes you realize you're not alone in the struggle, and the struggle is real. By the way, this book is based on true life stories. So he changed names, he changed locations, but most of the stories in the book are true life stories, except the last two stories. And you know what? The last two stories, they were part of my favorite stories. I'm like, Rudolph, you need to write more, my brother. Now let me give you 5 reasons why you need to read this book. You know what? Forget it. Why do I need reasons? Okay, 10 reasons. You know what? Forget it. I'm not giving you any reasons. Let me just tell you what I enjoyed about the book. First of all, the first chapter, you know, I didn't really feel it. If I should advise Rudolph Okonkwo, why would you make that your first chapter? I almost fell asleep. Like, seriously? And it's not like there's anything wrong with that chapter. It's just like it didn't really grab my attention like the other chapters. I was like, why did he put this one somewhere in the middle? That is just my honest review. But starting from the second chapter, he got my attention. I said, my brother, tell them, preach. That second chapter, Saving Mamudoka, that was my favorite chapter in the whole book. Saving Mamudoka. There are so many Mamudoka in this America. You know, women that came to America because their husband came to marry them, to bring them to America, and then they got to America and realized, it's not what I thought you. It was about a Nigerian woman that came here and her husband was trying to shield her, trying to protect her. He wouldn't let her have any friends because he didn't want her to be Americanized so that she won't change. He wanted to keep her the typical Nigerian woman, cook, take care of children. That was it. You know why I love that chapter? Because one day the woman decided to break free. I said, yes, my sister. She was like, you know what, this is not the life I wanted for myself, and she went out to go after her dream. And then there was another chapter titled Before You Kill Your Wife. I said, yes. Finally somebody is addressing this, because I have heard that there were some Nigerian men that killed their wives here in the US because the wives were becoming too successful for them. I was like, what? So this chapter put everything in perspective, why you should not kill your wife, and if you must to kill your wife by fire, by force, make sure you read this book before you kill your wife. As a matter of fact, Rudolph didn't say that people shouldn't kill their wives. No, he was actually encouraging men to kill their wives, but he said, before you kill her though, make sure you have this in place, and make sure that you don't run from the police when they come to catch you, because they will catch you. And then there was a chapter about how Nigerian parents in the US want their children to know about the Nigerian culture, and how some of them will send their children back to Nigeria for secondary school. Reading that chapter will help you to understand what it's like for people trying so hard to also be reintegrated into the Nigerian culture. Now the last 2 chapters that are fiction, I really enjoyed them because I've seen it happen all the time, like Nigerian ladies here that are trying to make sure that they marry Nigerian guys. That story actually broke my heart, about how so many people would do anything just to get a man to marry them because they wanted to marry a Nigerian guy. So they don't mind doing anything so long as he marries them, help him get his green card, help him get a job, and help him do everything until they wake up one day and the guy has a turuma or somebody else. The guy has followed another woman. And you know the very last story, which is one of the stories that I really enjoyed, Nigerians that would come to the US and spend 20-40 years in the US. Their children are grown, the children don't have anything to do with Nigeria, but they want to move back to Nigeria. They don't want to be alone in Nigeria. They don't want to move to the elderly homes here in the US. It's just very sad when you see how some people end up, and this book makes you think actually that, you know what do I need to do to avoid that happening to me? If I want to move back to Nigeria, if I want to grow old in Nigeria, when is the right time to move back to Nigeria? This book talks about what so many people go through before they can get their green card, their citizenship. When you hear people's stories, you will be like, wow, I can't believe people are going through that. Having said that, this book is also for people that are not African immigrants. If you want to know what it's like for Africans that are here, I strongly recommend this book for people that are not living in America, because when you read this book, you get to understand what we mean when you call us and say send the money home, and we say, hey, where do you want me to find the money? I'm working daytime, nighttime, part-time, and overtime. I cannot even pay my own bills. In fact, after you read this book, some of you will start sending me money. Forget about 10 reasons or 5 reasons. I think I know the one reason why you should read this book. The book is cheap, $10. I need to call Rudolph. Who sells a book for 10? This book is way too good for $10. $10, Tori Kenny. By the way, I was thrilled when I read the acknowledgement he gave to his madam. I said, Rudolph is in love. I was crying. But you know, I was so surprised that I saw my name in the acknowledgement. I said, now maybe that. Thank you, Rudolph, for giving me some kind of acknowledgement. It's nice knowing you. Anyway, you need to pay me for doing this review, okay? This is what I get for refusing to write a review. I said I would make my own video. I'm so proud of you, and I hope you guys will get a copy of this book, This American Life Self. You will not be disappointed. It's my fufu ready. Alright, make sure you subscribe to my channel so I can do more videos like this. Alright, make sure you subscribe to my channel so I can do more videos like this.